Butler, number 5, Jackson Ellison. Now batting for Butler, number 25, Brett Romero. Now batting for Butler, number 44, Caleb Nye. Now batting for Coffeyville, right fielder, number 12, Colton Rooney. Now batting for Coffeyville, second baseman, number 14, Landon Midget. Up next for Butler, designated hitter, number 31, Sean Moreno. Up next for Butler, shortstop, number 8, Nathan Cruz. Now batting for the Red Ravens, first baseman, number 10, Wyatt Page.
One down here in the second inning.
Now batting for Butler, number 12, Alex Coaster.
And that'll bring up Alex Coaster, the second baseman. That's strike one from Dowd. Dowd gets more and more comfortable as games go on, as most pitchers do, so see if he can settle into a rhythm here in this second inning. 1-1 as that slider missed it down and away. That one skied right center field, and the catch is made by Rudy. 2 down. So Dowd looking for a nice 1-2-3
now batting for Butler,
second inning.
Number 4, Jaden Rose.
And Jaden Rose, the right fielder, will try to give Butler a base runner. Cross Dowd looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That first pitch low. Gillespie behind the plate for the Ravens. The infield today, it is Jarnigan at third, Cruz at short, Midget at second, Pace at first. Moreno your DH. And again, the outfield left to right, Carson Miller, Eric Bacon, and Colton Rudy. That one flied to right, and Rudy gives it a look. It should be foul, and it is. Tell you what, Andrew Elrod and his team, they got all the camera angles out today. Go big or go home for the playoffs. We have camera angles I didn't even know we had in use today. That one just off the outside edge, 2-1 from Dowd. Cross Dowd was a key reliever for the Ravens in his freshman season. He's been the anchor of the rotation here in his sophomore year. 2-1. Strike two as he lands that fastball down and away. Ravens trying to put up the first 0 of game 1. And a slider just barely held up. Full count. You got to have a half swing to go, and he went about 45%. 3-2 pitch. Dowd, that one lined to right, sinking. Rudy, and in the gap and down. And it's going to be a 2-out double. Nice play by Rudy to get it in quickly. But it will not be a 1-2-3 inning as Jaden Rose, who's one of this team's better hitters down there in the 9-hole, he comes into this matchup hitting .319 on the season. He's got a 2-out double, and that'll bring up Cooper Rasmussen. Rasmussen, so dangerous, hitting .379, 16 homers, 53 RBIs. He drew a walk in his first at-bat. This guy's got light tower power, 16 home runs on the year entering today. That is second in the Jayhawk Conference. Ball one outside on a changeup from Crossdown. A 1-0 pitch. Dowd gets his sign, comes to the plate, foul back. Both of those first 2 pitches from Dowd have been off speed away. And Rasmussen has very quick hands, and he loves to pull the ball to right. A lot of his home runs are pull side, so you don't want to throw one in on him and have him get those hands extended. 1-1 pitch. Skied. Should be playable. Bacon coming in. He has it lined up. He's got it. Ravens retire the Butler star hitter, and they put up a 0 here in the second. We go bottom 2. Butler, Coffeyville tied at 1. Bottom of the second coming up next. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
Leading off for Coffeyville in the bottom of the second inning. Third baseman number 28, Cooper Jarnigan.
Jarnigan leads off the bottom of the second here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. It'll be Jarnigan, Gillespie, and Miller. The 1-0 from Holman is a strike. Shane Holman is a strike thrower. He's only walked 5 hitters all year. Ravens also have the fewest strikeouts out of any team in the Jayhawk Conference at the plate. Only struck out once in that opening inning, but now it's 1-2 on Jarnigan. Is that one well located on the inside corner? Both teams scored in the opening inning. Crossed out, able to put up a 0 in the second, and that one fouled off by Jarnigan. Best of 3 series here at Walter Johnson Park. Game 2 tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Game 3, if we need it, Friday at 1. One upstairs, 2-2. First time the Red Ravens have hosted a playoff series in 9 seasons. Looking to take advantage of it. A venue they've played so well at this year. That one's scolded by Jarnigan. and a base hit to get the second inning started. Bobbled. Jarnigan's going to take the extra base. Single E7, and the Ravens have a runner in scoring position.
Now batting for the Red Ravens, catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie.
So heads up base running from one of the best base running teams in the conference. And a rare bobble there from Butler's left fielder, Amarion Saylor. And as soon as it was bobbled, Jarnigan full speed ahead, he gets into second. Now Ethan Gillespie with a runner at second. He shows bunt. First pitch, he gets it down back to Holman. They're going to try to go to third, and he's out. So Shane Holman fielding his position very well.
Ravens left fielder, number 2, Carson Miller.
And they make the out at third base, one down. And now it'll be Carson Miller. So Gillespie, I should say, the runner at first, now one out. Holman comes to the plate, first pitch. Breaking ball and a good one, strike. Shane Holman, pretty standard pitch mix. Fastball, slider, throw on a second accurately. So now Eric Bacon, who grounded out hard to second base his first time up. They check on Miller, he's back in time. Miller trying to time that jump. Now they're going to check on him again, and he's back. Holman's really put an emphasis on controlling this Raven running game early. See him really focused on that traffic on the base paths. Comes to the plate. First pitch high to Eric Bacon. It was 2-3-4 for the Ravens that were able to manufacture that run. Rudy singled. Midget was hit by a pitch. Moreno with the RBI hit. Can Bacon deliver here in a big spot? Another check on Miller. He's back. Coffeyville enters this game 32-18. They went 22-7 at Walter Johnson Park this year. Butler is 25-26. They went 8-13 away from home this year. Breaking ball away, 2-0. One of Butler's 8 road wins was here at Walter Johnson Park. Two and 0. Hitters count here for a very dangerous hitter in Bacon. That one away, 3-0. So Bacon in the driver's seat. Have to think he's probably taking 3-0. And that one on the outside edge, 3-1. So again, it's a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike to Eric Bacon. Leads this team with 7 home runs. Leads this team with a .389 batting average. That one is line foul. It was a loud strike. Eric Bacon's rocking 1 head of hair here for the playoffs. Miller, huge jump. He goes, and Bacon swings and misses. Second strikeout of the day for Holman, and it's ended the inning in both innings. Both teams scored 1 in the first. Both teams come up empty in the second. 1-1. We go to the third. We're back in 90 seconds here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. It's postseason baseball here on a Wednesday.
Leading off for Butler County in the top of the third inning, number 7, Amarion Saylor.
Third inning here at Walter Johnson Park, tied at 1, Butler and Coffeyville, and crossed out ahead 0-1 here on the left fielder Amarion Saylor. That one swung on and missed. Nice back-to-back sliders there from Dowd. 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Strike 3, fastball in the outside corner.
Now batting for Butler, number 5, Jackson Ellison.
That'll bring up Jackson Ellison. First pitch, pop foul. Oh, 1 pitch from Dowd. He's working quickly here. 1-2 pitch, or 2-2 pitch, I apologize. That 1-2 pitch, or 2-2 pitch, I apologize. That one popped. Jarnigan gives it a look. It'll get out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dowd. Grounded foul. Again, 2-2 from the right-hander. Breaking ball fouled off. So Ellison putting up one heck of a fight. Trying to get Butler a base runner. Now Dowd again coming to the plate. And again, that one lifted out of play. That one hit well, but foul out in front of it. Two-two pitch yet again. Long at bat here between Ellison and Dowd. That one lined to center, sinking, Bacon, diving, and got it. Eric Bacon with another highlight reel catch. And there's 2 down.
Next up for Butler, number 25, Breck Romero.
That'll bring up Breck Romero. Big time catch there for Bacon. Ball 1 from Dowd. Dowd looking for a second straight scoreless inning. His first 1-2-3 inning. The 1-0 pitch. Skied. Should be playable. Cruz, and it's taken by Midget. And he's got it. We go bottom 3, tied at 1. We'll be back right after this here on Sunshine 98.9 on the Red Raven Sports Network.
Next up for Coffeyville, second baseman, number 14, Landon Midget. Now batting for Coffeyville, number 31, Sean Moreno.
All right, Scott, I'm back.
Shortstop, number 8, Nathan Cruz.
Back here, bottom 3 at Walter Johnson Park. Tied at 1, Butler and Coffeyville. Shane Neal with you here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Runner at first is Sean Moreno. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Both teams scored a run in the first inning. Since then, both pitchers, Shane Holman of Butler and Cross Dowd of Coffeyville, have settled into a little bit of a groove. That one grounded, Cruz, and a diving snag, but it's not going to get. It's going to get through. Cruz with a base hit as it gets under the glove of the shortstop Todd. 2 on, 2 outs, and here comes Wyatt Pace. Pace struck out his first time up. Want to know here to Pace. Holman trying to match Dowd. That one swung on and missed. Swing and a miss. Holman jumps ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, Holman has ended each of the first 2 innings with a strikeout. He's looking for his 3rd of the day here. Trying to work his way through this 3rd inning where the Ravens have a pair of hits. That one down and away, 2-2. Pace, that one hit hard, but right at the shortstop, and they'll go the short way to second base, and the inning is over. Ravens threaten, but do not score. We are through 3, tied at 1. Which team's offense going to break through first? Let's go to the 4th. We're back in 90 seconds here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Strike 1 from Cross Dowd as we start the 4th inning, and that one lined to center field. Bacon has got a beat on it, and he makes the catch. One down here in the 4th as Dowd able to retire Caleb Nye.
Now batting for Butler, number 11, Holden Lowe.
Brings up Holden Lowe. Dowd now has, with the exception of the double by Jaden Rose, has retired 7 of his last 8 hitters. There's a strike. Both pitchers have settled in nicely here. That's what we expected. Holman and Dowd have each respectively been the team's number 1 starter all year long. We expected this one to be kind of a grindy game where you have to try to piece your offense together against a quality pitcher in this conference. 0-2 now from Dowd on Lowe. That one outside as he yanks the fastball, 1-2. We appreciate you watching on the Red Raven Sports Network or listening on Sunshine 98.9, however you may be enjoying today's game. That one low, 2-2. Do have one score update for you. We'll try and get some more as we move on throughout the broadcast. But Cloud County leading Labette County 2-1 in the bottom of the 2nd, but they are in a weather delay. Voice of the Thunderbirds, Austin McNorton, expecting that game to resume in about 30 minutes. But Cloud County up on Labette 2-1 right now. That's a swing and a miss. Lowe strikes out. Gillespie down to first, 2 down.
Up next for Butler, number 1, Grady Todd.
Dowd looking for his 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning. And it wouldn't have been a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd if not for a nifty diving catch by Eric Bacon. Todd shows bunt. Did he go around? He sure did. Grounded foul, 0-2. And we talked about that early in this one. Both pitchers, but especially crossed out as this game's gone on, are getting ahead in the count, really pounding that strike zone. 0-2, Dowd looking to put an exclamation point on an impressive fourth swing and a miss. Cross Dowd fired up as he stares down Todd as he walks off the field. 1-2-3 inning. Dowd struck out 3 in the last 2 innings. We're tied at 1. Ravens try to snag the lead. We're back in 90 seconds. Cooper Jarnigan swings at the first pitch, flies it to right field, and the catch is made by Jaden Rose. 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. We're tied at 1. Game 1 of the Plains District Tournament first round series between Butler and Coffeyville. It's a best of 3. Game 1, of course, right here, right now. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 3. If we need a Game 3, that'll be Friday at 1. Strike 1, I should say, on the outside corner to Ethan Gillespie. Ravens have 5 hits. Butler has 3, but just those 1 first-inning runs for each team. Both pitchers have settled in nicely. That one upstairs, 1-1. Holman. Swing and a miss. Nice slider. Gets Gillespie out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Upstairs with the fastball, 2-2. If the catcher didn't catch that one might have hit Dirk Andrews. Saw the light flash there for a second. 2-2 from Holman. Breaking ball and jammed him. Grounder to short. Todd, very surefire at shortstop. He makes the play. 2 down. Butler has a very rock-solid defense.
Next up for the Red Ravens, left fielder number 2, Carson Miller.
Brings up Carson Miller. Dowd's put up 3 straight zeros. Holman trying to answer and put up his 3rd straight 0. First pitch, Miller, base hit. 6th hit of the day for the Red Ravens. That one from Carson Miller. Miller came into today hitting on the season 313, but hit 400 in the month of April. So this is a guy that's red hot for the Red Ravens. I bring up Eric Bacon, who's grounded out and struck out. And it does feel like, obviously, to win a playoff series, but it does feel like if the Ravens want to win this series, you're going to need a big Eric Bacon moment at some point. First pitch. That one lined. Shortstop Todd makes the play on a hop. Going to second and got him. Close play there. second base. A lot closer than I think Butler wanted it to be, but Bacon is retired. He's 0 for 3 here in game number 1. We go to the 5th. 1-1. Ravens get a hit, but again, do not score off to the 5th inning. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens. Another first pitch swing as we start the 5th inning with the Butler second baseman Alex Coaster swinging at the first pitch, flying it to center. Eric Bacon makes the catch, 1 down. Got to bring up Jaden Rose. Both these offenses, you can tell, are being very aggressive, going after the strikes because they're getting strikes, but Dowd and Holman have not allowed any further damage after that opening inning for both teams. Ball 1 here to Rose. Rose doubled his first time up on one of the hardest hit balls of the day from Butler. 1-0 pitch. Strike. Nice pitch on the inside corner. Cross Dowd's really settled in nicely. He had a rocky first inning, but ever since then, he has been absolutely dialed in here for the Red Ravens. 1-1. Breaking ball, foul back. Dirk Andrews calls it a strike. We got to get you behind home plate for a game next year. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Gillespie down to first. It's yet another strikeout for Cross Dowd. Don't look now. Dowd has struck out 4 in the last 3 innings, including 3 of the last 4 hitters. Anderson, Missouri product. It's Cross Dowd. Again, was a key reliever on this team as a freshman. Made the move to the rotation as a sophomore. He's done quite well. Strike 1, outside corner. Dirk Andrews agrees. See, you've already got the position down. Fouled off quickly 0-2 on Rasmussen. Rasmussen drew a walk his first time up, flat out to center his last time up. This is the guy. It's a dangerous lineup, but this is the guy that you really got to be careful with if you're Coffeyville these next couple days. 0-2. And a breaking ball spiked, ball 1. Cooper Rasmussen, I think the most impressive thing about him, he hits doubles, he hits home runs, he hits .380. He's only struck out 11 times in 50 games. 1-2 pitch. Got him! Make it 12. Cross Dowd has struck out 4 of the last 5. We're halfway through this one, tied at 1. Ravens will try to take the lead. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. fire them up, Dirt.
Leading off for the Red Ravens in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Bottom 5 here at Walter Johnson Park. We're tied at 1. Ravens 1 run, 6 hits. Butler 1 run, 3 hits. It'll be Colton Rudy, Landon Midget, Sean Barreno due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Ravens try to take their first lead of the playoffs. Holman's first pitch, strike. Ravens have not had a home playoff game at Walter Johnson Park in 9 years. So this is a historic weekend here for the Red Ravens. That one fouled off by Rudy 0-2. It's a team that's really battled through some injuries, and they won a game against Cali, they won a game against Johnson, they won a game against KCK. They've proven they can hang with anybody, especially here on this field. 0-2 low, 1-2. Rudy singled and scored his first time up. One, two. Holman gets his sign, kicks, fires. That one hard hit. What a pick by the first baseman. Butler's playing some really good defense behind Holman today. One down. We saw a really good play by the second baseman to start the game. Really good play by the first baseman there. Really good pick by the shortstop earlier. This Butler team, you'd think they're playing on their home field the way they've handled some of these plays in the infield. Ball 1 to Midget. It's easy to be a successful pitcher when you got that kind of defense playing behind you. As Crossdowd knows with the diving catch by Eric Bacon. And as this game continues on, 2-0 to Midget, it starts to get a little tenser, because both these teams know, everybody in the crowd knows how important it is to win game 1 in a best of 3. Who's going to have the big swing? 2-0, Midget. Roped, base hit. Landon Midget's been on base all 3 times he's been to the plate. And he's on with 1 out here in the 5th. Got to imagine his mom and volleyball coach Candy Midget looking on with pride here as her son's on for the 3rd time. Tell you what, the Midget family's making moves at Coffeyville Community College. Jace committed to be a Raven. Landon hitting 3-hole. Candy recruiting for the volleyball program. The Midget family, they're getting it done in Red Raven Red. Here's Barreno. Ball 1. Sean Barreno's a guy I look at. Of course, Eric Bacon's had one of the best seasons in the conference. Colton Rudy, Landon Midget, both very talented hitters. Barreno in the cleanup spot is the guy that I look to have that big double, that big home run, that big swing this weekend that could maybe win a game for the Red Ravens. That one grounded. 3rd baseman Rasmussen coming in. That's a tough play. Going short way. Safe. Beating it out is Midget. Everybody's safe. 2-on for Nathan Cruz.
Now batting for the Red Ravens, shortstop, number 8, Nathan Cruz.
We're going to have a mound visit. Butler does have some action in their bullpen. It's not intense action. It's a little bit of stretching. Ravens also starting to get a couple guys just moving around out there. In the regular season, the hooks not quite as quick from some of these managers, head coaches, but in the playoffs, you see your pitchers start to struggle in any sense of the imagination, especially in a tie game. You're not scared to yank them because you can't let this thing get out of hand. It'll be Nathan Cruz. Cruz has flied out to right and singled his last time up. We know the Ravens are one of the most aggressive teams in the Jayhawk, 4th in the conference in stolen bases. So you got to imagine if Cruz gets a hit here, there's a big wave on for Landon Midget, and they're going to make him try to throw him out at home. But what we've seen from this Butler defense today, they're more than capable of doing so. I would argue that the Ravens probably would have the lead if not for some of these plays Butler's made in the field. 1-1. 7 hits for the Ravens, just 1 run. Can Nathan Cruz kick the door down? 2-on, 1 out here in the 5th. First pitch to the plate. Fouled off. Cruz he walked into the batter's box ready to rip it. Nathan Cruz has one of the bigger cuts on this team, and that was a big Nathan Cruz cut right there. 0-1. Midget off second. Moreno off first. That one hit him. Bases loaded. Second time today that the starting pitcher, Shane Holman, has hit a batter, and now the bases are loaded and the moment is set for Wyatt Pace.
First baseman number 10, Wyatt Pace.
Pace leads this team in walks. He's had a very solid season. 327 average, 17 runs driven in. Can he deliver in some big runs right here? Bases loaded, one out. Maybe the best chance of the day for the Ravens. First pitch. Just missed, ball one. When you're a pitcher like Holman, that's a pitch you want to get the call on. He did not. 1-0. Holman's been very good about walking the tightrope. 1-0 on the outside edge, 1-1. Holman pitches like an ace. You need your ace when runners are on to find their way out of trouble, and that's what he's done so far. But a big opportunity here. Pace just off the outside corner, 2-1. Very similar to that first pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wyatt Pace has struck out, reached on a fielder's choice. Grounded into a fielder's choice. 2-1 here. That one skied to right, should be deep enough to get a run in. Going back is Rose, spun around, diving catch. And that's gonna save about 2 more runs. Runs will tag, and safe at home, safe at third, 2-1 Red Ravens. Sacrifice fly for Wyatt Pace.
Third baseman number 28, Cooper Jordan.
That was almost a nightmare for Butler. That one looked like at the very last second it might get over the head of Rose and clear the bases, but he made an outstanding diving catch and limits it to just 1. 2-1 Coffeyville here in the 5th. I'm sure Jaden would tell you, as we have another timeout here, I'm sure Jaden would tell you he shouldn't have had to dive for that ball. He got turned around and kind of guessed wrong on which way the ball was going to land, but heck of a recovery there from the right fielder. And just another really nice defensive play by Butler today. Runner at second went back and touched, so he tagged up. Still delayed up in Concordia, Cloud County, Lebec County. 2-1, third inning there in that one. Hoping they can get going in the next 30 minutes or so. That's the rumbling. Austin McNorton, a good friend of mine, and obviously hope that they get that game in as soon as possible, but hope they keep that weather north as well. Keep it away from Coffeyville. They called him out. We're going to have a conversation here, Butler and the umpires, the Butler head coach. Jake Martin having a conversation with Sean Moreno at third base. Landed Midget, he's starting to walk back out towards third. Now he's walking back towards the dugout. We all good? As play on as the call on the field? Are we good? Think we're good. 2-1. There you go. So Wyatt Pace delivers a very unconventional sacrifice fly. Heck of a catch again by Jaden Rose, but does give the Ravens their first lead of the playoffs here. 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. And now a chance for Cooper Jarnigan to make it a multi-run inning. Holman. First pitch. Nicely located on the down and in. Right on the corner, strike 1. You look at Shane Holman's numbers, and it doesn't scream dominant ace, but you watch this guy pitch, he's good. He's rock solid. You can see why he's won 7 games this year for Butler. That one grounded foul by Jarnigan, 0-2. (2-1) Coffeyville, the first run scored since the first inning. Cooper Jarnigan has singled and flied out to right. And he didn't go. Excuse me, he foul tipped it. No, he did not. He did not go, and the runner takes off and gets to second. That is Cruz down there that got to second base. Are they going to give him a stolen base on that? That was kind of in defensive indifference there, but we'll give the stolen base. 1-2 base hit here can make it 4-1 Coffeyville. Big moment here for Jarnigan. Grounded and diving play by Rasmussen. Throw to first is wide. And they're going to call it foul. Jake Martin can't believe it. That looked pretty clearly fair to me. Rasmussen made a heck of a stop. Wow. That really, I mean, I got to go back and see it again. That's a big moment that I feel like that was a fair ball, I felt like. Andrew Elrod taking a look at it. I don't know if we're going to have the best angle to get a peek at that. That looked like it got past the bag still on that right side. 1-2 again, Jarnigan outside, 2-2. That would have made it 3-1. Rasmussen got the stop, but throw was wide. 2-1 now, 2-2 count. Jarnigan with a chance to deliver for the Ravens. That one lined, and Todd knocks it down, but it's into center field. 2-run score, Cooper Jarnigan. That one's fair, and it's 4-1 Ravens.
For the Red Ravens, catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie.
How about a 3-run fifth from the Coffeyville Red Ravens? Cooper Jarnigan, a barrel. First pitch to Gillespie, outside, ball 1. And how about the mental toughness there of Jarnigan? You feel like you got the big hit and drove in a run, then they take it off the board and you step back into the box and you do it again. That's gutsy right there. That's not easy. 1-0 to Gillespie. That one hard ground ball foul. Nice play by Coach Morton to dance out of the way. Look at the athleticism. I'm not positive on this, but I'm pretty sure. Former Barton County guy, I believe, is Jake Morton. Believe he played at Barton. Well, he played a year at Barton, and then I think he went to Emporia. I think he started at Barton, though. Swing and a miss by Gillespie, 1-2. Again, I'm like 85% sure, so don't lock it in, but I'm pretty sure he's a Barton guy, at least to start his college career, which we'll forgive him for that. Well, he's still got the athleticism. That one hits Gillespie. That's the third hit batter of the day for Shane Holman. That breaking ball not breaking. And the inning continues for Carson Miller.
Ravens left fielder, number 2, Carson Miller.
Get your guy here. Get your guy.
Miller, first pitch swinging, well hit to center, but playable. And the catch is made. But damage is done. Sacrifice fly, Wyatt Pace. Big 2-run knock for Cooper Jarnigan. We go to the 6th. Ravens 4, Butler 1. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network.
number 7, Amarion Saylor.
4-1 Red Ravens as we start the 6th inning here at Walter Johnson Park. Big 3 runs there in the 5th. Big hit, 2-run single from Cooper Jarnigan. Now crossed out, has a lead. He faces 2-3-4 in the Butler order. It's ball 1 to Amarion Saylor. Saylor followed by Ellison and Romero here in the 6th inning. A little bit low with that one, 2-0. Dowd's been doing a great job getting ahead in the count all afternoon. Has a lead for the first time. Butler scored in the first. Ravens would tie it in the first, but we stayed tied for the last 4 innings until the Ravens finally broke through in that 5th. Now 2-1 as that one located well by Dowd. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dowd gets his sign, comes to the plate. And just off the outside corner, 3 balls, 1 strike. Dowd has just walked 1 batter today. You don't want to walk the leadoff guy, especially after scoring 3. That is what he does. Saylor draws a free pass here in top of the 6th. That'll bring up Ellison, who had a really nice at-bat.
For the Grizzlies, number 5, Jackson Ellison.
Ellison, his last time up, had about a 9-pitch battle with Dowd. A lot of foul balls and eventually lined out to Eric Bacon in center on an outstanding diving catch by Bacon. That one fouled back. I was told during the break by my good friend Trey, the SID at Butler Community College, that we had spelled Grizzlies wrong on the broadcast, so I do apologize to all the Butler Grizzlies fans out there. It is Grizzlies. Be Grizzly, that's right. Listen. We you know, the 2 schools may be rivals, and this may be the playoffs, but we were not intentionally slandering the name. That's right. Andrew Elrod just typing too quickly. And it could have happened to anyone. 0-1 here to Ellison. That one line. Bacon coming in again. Eric Bacon sliding. He took it away from Ellison again. Oh my goodness. Jackson Ellison has to hate Eric Bacon.
Now batting for Butler, number 25, Brett Romero.
Man, he's taken away 2 hits from the guy. Oh my goodness, Eric Bacon. He is a patrolman out there in center. Strike 1 to Romero. Romero had an RBI single in the 1st inning. That one, the slide might have been better than the dive. 0-1 from Dowd. He checks on the runner at first. He's back. And I mean, it's 2 plays in the landscape of a 9-inning game, but you look back on that diving catch, that sliding catch. Absolutely a Gold Glove caliber player. But you look back on the diving catch, the sliding catch, here's the 0-1. That's a strike. Breaking ball catches the corner. Who knows how the Butler inning changes if those balls drop. Crossed out. He owes Eric Bacon dinner tonight if the Ravens win this game. 0-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Tried to hit that same sequence he hit Saylor with to start the 3rd. Just about did it. Dowd has struck out 5 today. His season high for Ks in a game is 10. That was against Neosho County. Don't know if he's going to get to 10 today, but he has pitched very well so far through 5 1/3. Again, Jackson Wagner will be on the mound for the Ravens tomorrow, and they're hoping that they're sending him out there with a chance to win the series. And there it is. Strike 3, cross Dowd, make it a half dozen. 6 Ks for Dowd. We go bottom 6. Excuse me, that's 2 outs. My bad. I jumped the gun there. It's my fault. That's out number 2.
Now batting, number 44.
Now we're even, Andrew. You know what? Andrew was getting some heat in the press box for spelling Grizzlies wrong, and now we're even. Now I can't talk any more trash because I forgot how many outs there were. Yep, I know. That's sad. And thanks to Andrew and the Red Raven Sports Network, that's forever now placed on the internet, and I will be teased about that for the next 30 years of my life. So I look forward to that. Thank you very much. So 2 outs. It's Nye now at the plate. Runner on first. It is 6 strikeouts for Crossdown. We spelled Grizzlies wrong, and then we tried to end the inning before it was over. Butler fans are not happy with us right now, I'm sure. First pitch here to Nye. That one hit very well to left, but Carson Miller has it lined up, and the inning comes to an end. Now it's really over. Crossdown works his way out of a leadoff walk. We go bottom 6. Ravens 4, Butler 1. We'll be back in 90 seconds here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Six. Ravens lead it 4-1 here in Game 1 of the Plains District Tournament. Best of 3 series with the Butler Grizzlies. New pitcher in for Butler. It's the left-handed Connor Clark. Clark on the season has pitched in 9 1/3 innings. He has a 3.86 ERA. Hitters hitting 172 against Clark. He'll be facing Bacon, Rudy, and Midget here in the 6th. Ravens scored 3 in the 5th, crossed down through 6 innings, only allowing 1 run. There's strike 1 from Clark to Eric Bacon, who's still looking for his first hit of the playoffs. Bacon probably won't win Player of the Year in the Jayhawk Conference, but he will get votes. 0-1 outside, ball 1. Dowd struck out 6 in 6 innings. Ravens do have some action in the bullpen, but I'd assume the way he's going, 1-1 is low, 2-1, that Jake Martin's going to send Crossdown back out there for the 7th. I mean, why mess with a good thing right now? Try to save your bullpen for Game 2 if you can. 2-1 pitch to Bacon. Swing and a miss, big cut. Clark's tough. Not only is he left-handed, he's got that kind of 3/4 angle arm slot. Two-two pitch. That one golf down the line. Eric Bacon is on. Big turn for Bacon. He's going to try for 2. Throw to second is a good one. And Bacon is cut down trying to stretch it to a double. So Bacon with a base hit. He's thrown out trying to stretch it. 1 down.
Red Ravens, number 12, Colton Rudy.
I don't mind that. If it was a tie game, I think I wouldn't like that. But when you're up 3, feels like you have momentum. Eric Bacon's one of the fastest men in the conference. I don't mind you making them make a play. And they did make a play, so credit to them, but I can't be too mad at that. Colton Rudy takes a ball outside. 1-0. Now, baseball is a game of hindsight, so in 2-3 innings, we could say that we didn't like the decision as much, but 1-1 is that sinker on the outside corner. Final line for Shane Holman. We'll get that to you here after this 1-1 pitch. That one hit him. 4th Raven to be hit today. A 1-out base runner. Final line on Holman, 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. 4 of them earned.
Landon Midget.
He did not walk a batter. He did strike out 3, and he hit 3 batters. Right now, Holman is in line for the loss here in game 1. Landon Midget, he's been on base 3 times, 2 hits, and hit by a pitch. Takes a strike. Landon Midget, we talked about it a little bit during the Johnson County series. Doesn't do anything super flashy for this team, but he's just rock solid. And Jake Martin said the exact same thing. He's just a guy you can put out there in the lineup every day, out there in the field. You know he's just going to compete. He's going to do what he's supposed to do, and he's going to do it at a high level. And a baseball team needs those kinds of guys. Just, you know, you don't have to worry about them. They're just going to go out there and do their thing. 1 ball, 1 strike to Landon Midget. Rudy, the runner at first. That one fouled straight back. Landon does have some pop. Enters this series with 4 home runs on the season, 35 runs driven in, 13 doubles. That's second on the team just behind Eric Bacon. A lot of guys on this team are second behind Eric Bacon. 1-2 pitch. That one grounded foul. Rasmussen gave it a look. My most recent check of the radar says rain is possible in the Coffeyville area around 6:45, so we've still got about 2 hours before that rain potentially hits this area. And the Ravens hoping this game's over by then, of course. 1-2, Midget, hard ground ball. Second baseman tried to knock it down. It's through. Big turn for Rudy. He'll go to third. Base hit Midget. He's been on 4 times today. And the Ravens are cooking yet again here in the 6th.
Next up for Coffeyville, number 31, Sean Moreno.
Now Moreno steps to the plate. And again, I said baseball is a game of hindsights. If Bacon stays on first base, and all of a sudden you're cooking. But again, in the moment, I don't mind. Thank you. That one wasn't even intentional. I just sometimes get lucky. Sean Moreno reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run his last time up. Ravens trying to come through against Connor Clark. First pitch, muscled to center, sinking, and it's in the gap. Sean Moreno. That'll score 1. They'll hold Midget at second. RBI double Moreno. 5-1 Red Ravens.
And now batting for Coffeyville, shortstop, number 8, Nathan Cruz.
Moreno's got a ton of power. I thought he got jammed on that. I thought I was going to be lucky to be a single, and it just kept on going. Second RBI of the day for Moreno. Nobody's got to be happier in that Raven dugout right now than Cross Dow. Second and third. Cruz is the batter. Ravens with a real chance to kick the door down here in the 6th. Cruz takes a strike. 5-1 Coffeyville. They scored 3 in the 5th, 1 so far here in the 6th. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Connor Clark's been one of the better relievers for Butler this year. He's in trouble, and he hits Cruz. Cruz reaches. 5th Raven to be hit by a pitch today. They're loaded for Wyatt Pace.
Now batting for the Red Ravens, first baseman, number 10, Wyatt Pace.
And again, we talked about how long is the leash on some of these pitchers. Does Butler make a move to the bullpen? They got a guy warming up. I don't think he's ready, but now we're going to have a mound visit with the catcher, maybe to buy some time. A lot of guys in this Butler bullpen that are quality arms. Zach Merkin comes to mind. He has a 1.64 ERA. Braden McClure, a guy that we could see out of the bullpen. Jack Haig, of course, the closer for Butler. He struggled this year, but he's a former closer. You could also see a guy like a Cage Ralston, a Connor Robinson. So there are options for this Butler team. And down 4 here in the 6th in a best-of-3 series. How desperate do you get if you're the Grizzlies here on the road in Coffeyville? Ball 1 outside to Wyatt Pace. Well, Dirk Andrews made a good point. When you're down 4 in the 6th, do you think about saving your big arms for game 2? But then you have to win back-to-back games. There's no room for error, so it's a tough decision to make if you're a coach. That one fouled off by Pace, 1-1. I'm glad I don't have to make big decisions like that. I just sit here and enjoy it. That's right. I pick what flavor ice cream I want after the game's over, which can still be a big decision. Ball 2. I'm sure Butler fans turn this game on RSN and are like, what is this guy talking about? Sometimes I wonder the same thing. 2-1 to pace. Bases loaded for the Ravens. They're really trying to break this one open. They've scored 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. They lead it 5-1. Outside, 3-1. Nowhere to put them. Now, if you're Wyatt Pace here, you lead the team in walks. Are you taking here on 3-1? Or if you get the pitch you want, do you let it rip? Dirk Andrews is given the green light. That one grounded to shortstop. Going to be a tough play. They get one on the first. Not in time. 6-1 Coffeyville. Pace's hustle gets him an RBI. Cruz is retired at second. But scoring on the play was Midget. And it brings up Jarnigan, who had a 2-run single his last time up. He has a chance to do some more damage. 6-1 Coffeyville here in the bottom of the 6th. Strike 1, runner takes off, and they're not even going to throw down there. That's got to be defensive indifference. I'm all for giving them stolen bases in the stat sheet, but that's got to be defensive indifference. Strike 2, 0-2 on Jarnigan. Jarnigan right back to the pitcher, Connor Clark. Underhands it to first, and the inning is over. But more damage done for the Red Ravens. Wyatt Pace drives in a run, as does Sean Moreno. We go to the 7th. Ravens 6, Butler 1. Ravens 9 outs away from a Game 1 win. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens Sports Network.
Leading off for Butler, number 11, Holden Lowe.
Top 7, crossed down, back out there for the Red Ravens, who lead it 6-1 here in the 7th inning. I'm Shane Neal, listening to Plains District Tournament Baseball here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens Sports Network. Happy you're with us. Ravens scored 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and turned a 1-1 tie into a 6-1 lead, and Dowd has been dealing all day, and he's ahead 0-2 on Hayden Lowe. Dowd struck out 6 on the day, and make it 7 as Lowe chased it, 1 down, 7 Ks for Cross Dowd. He has not given up a hit since the 2nd inning.
Now batting for Butler, number 1, Brady Todd.
Something we talked about with Jake Martin before this series started. Of course, Dowd today, Wagner tomorrow, 2 sophomores. Here's the first pitch to Todd. It's a ball. But two sophomores that pitched in the postseason last year that have that experience against two guys for Butler that haven't pitched in the playoffs. And Coach Martin thought that was a pretty big advantage for this team. And Crossed Out, he's come out here today, and man, he's proven his coach right. Crossed Out has been excellent. 1-1 here on the shortstop Todd, who's lined out to short and struck out. Nifty breaking ball, was just low, 2-1. Crossed Out learned how to throw a slider from Dirk Andrews. Same grip. 2-1. Swing and a miss. I haven't seen every Crossed Out start this year, but I can't imagine he's had many games where he's gotten as many swings and misses as he's gotten today. Stuff just jumping out of his hand. Swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts now for Dowd. 2 down here in the 7th. The sophomore out of Missouri meaning business here in the playoffs.
Now batting for Butler, number 12, Alex Coaster.
Now here's Alex Coaster. It's Zane Wilson getting loose in the Raven bullpen. Swing and a miss. I might, if he gets Coaster out here, I might give him the 8th. At least let him try. 0-1 pitch. Dowd. That one spiked. 1-1. That fastball up is getting swings and misses. That slider down is getting swings and misses. This is one of his most impressive starts of his career. 1-1. On the outside corner. Strike 2. Butler has had just 2 men reach since the 2nd inning. Crossed Out is 1 pitch away from going 7 of 1-run ball. Foul back. He's struck out 8. He's only walked 2. This has been early in the season. Crossed Out was named Jayhawk Conference Pitcher of the Week. This looks like the Jayhawk Conference Pitcher of the Week, what we've seen today. 1-2 again. That one poked and through for a base hit. That's just a good piece of hitting there from Coaster. That is the first hit for Butler since the 2-out double in the 2nd inning by the man coming to the plate, Jaden Rose.
Next up for Butler, number 4, Jaden Rose.
Jake Martin didn't even flinch. He's going to let Crossed Out go to work against Rose here. There was a walk to start the 6th inning, but a 1-2-3 as that one did hit Rose. So a hit batter. Now all of a sudden 2 have reached here with 2 outs in the 7th. And that'll bring up Rasmussen. This is what we talked about with Cooper Rasmussen.
Number 13, Cooper Rasmussen.
The key to winning this series was going to be to try and limit the opportunities that Rasmussen gets with runners on base. With 2 on here, that's a balk. That's going to move the runners up to 2nd and 3rd. So now all of a sudden, it's turned into an interesting situation here for the Red Ravens. Jake Martin wanting to know why that was a balk. But something we talked about with Rasmussen is not letting him get opportunities with runners on base. And now with 2 on, 2 outs here in the 7th, your team down 6-1. This feels like the at-bat that Cooper Rasmussen could change this game. If you find a way to get him out, the Ravens really slam the door in terms of momentum. If Rasmussen gets a big hit here, all of a sudden we got a different game. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Last time Rasmussen was in the box, he struck out. For just the 12th time this season. Dowd, 0-1 pitch. And a nice block by Gillespie. Playoff baseball, every single out when you get to the back 3 feels so important. Ravens are 7 outs away. Dowd trying to retire Butler's most dangerous hitter. Breaking ball just missed. Tried to drop a curveball in there to Dowd, and he did not miss it by much. 2-1 to Rasmussen. who's going to be first team all-conference. Swing and a miss. If you're Rasmussen, you're thinking the same thing right here. You're not thinking base hit. With your team down 6-1, Cooper Rasmussen's trying to hit a home run right here. And maybe you can catch him having those aggressive swings. 2-2. Dowd fouled off. That was the first compliment Jake Morton gave to Cooper Rasmussen. It's not his power, it's not his contact ability, it's his ability to not strike out, his ability to hit with 2 strikes, flip it the other way, pull it down the line. Just such a tough guy to get out. And Dowd does it! Strikeout number 9. He's through 7. He is fired up. And the Ravens lead at 6-1 at the stretch. Bottom 7 coming up next. Ravens 6 and Butler 1. We're back in 90 seconds.
Pitching for Butler County, number 9, Braden McClure.
Bottom 7 at Walter Johnson Park. If you're a Red Raven fan, it's been a fun 7 innings so far in this one. 6-1, Coffeyville the lead. Cross-Dowd just went down to the bullpen. I don't know if he was telling him that he's done. I don't know if he was telling him that he's going back out there, but
For the Red Ravens in the bottom of the 7th inning. Catcher number
if that
10,
was the end for Cross-Dowd, what a 7 innings that young man put together here today for the Red Ravens. Braden McClure is the new pitcher for Butler. He will face Gillespie, Miller, and Bacon here in the 7th. Ravens have scored in each of the last 2 innings. That one inside 1-0. McClure enters the playoffs, having pitched in 36 innings, 5 ERA, 43 strikeouts. Hitters hit .270 against the right-hander McClure. 1-0 pitch is a strike. I'll give Butler credit. They don't walk many guys. In fact, they've walked no guys today. They've hit 5, but these Butler pitchers, they're throwing strikes. Gillespie skies that one. Rasmussen gives it a look. It'll get out of play. And something that my 3 seasons here in Coffeyville, Coach Martin talks about all the time is we want pitchers that throw strikes. So Butler's got that part figured out. They got guys that throw strikes. Cross-Dowd's been throwing some strikes today, though, too. So I don't think Coach Martin's too worried today. 9 strikeouts for Dowd. That's the second most he's had in a game this season. 1-2 pitch to Gillespie, and he chased the high fastball strikeout. 1 down here in the 7th.
Now batting for Coffeyville, left fielder number 2, Carson Miller.
Game 2 of our series will be tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Jackson Wagoner, the starter for the Raven. We're expecting it to be Whit Rhodes for the Butler Grizzlies. That could change, but we're expecting Whit Rhodes. And obviously, if the Ravens can get these last 6 outs, the Ravens would be playing for a chance to punch their ticket to Wichita. That one lined by Miller. That's going into the gap. Carson Miller stays red hot. He's going to turn. He's going to try for 2. It's going to be a close play. He's in with a double. Carson Miller stays red hot. His second hit of the day.
Now batting for Coffeyville, center fielder, number 4, Eric Bacon.
Carson Miller was a guy I highlighted before this series started. Hitting .313 on the year, that's not towards the top of the Raven batting order in terms of average, but he hit .400 in the month of April. Coming into the playoffs, there might not be a hotter hitter in the Raven lineup than Carson Miller. And he's got 2 hits here today. Bacon with a chance to drive in a run. Runner in scoring position, first pitch popped. And this is Jackson Ellison giving it a look, and he's got it. Been a frustrating day for Eric Bacon. He's 1 for 5, and he's out number 2 here in the 7th.
Next up for the Red Ravens, number 12, Colton Rudy.
I'll bring up Colton Rudy. Rudy on the day, he's got a base hit. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th. He'll face McClure. First pitch outside, ball 1. Ravens lead at 6-1. Carson Miller, the runner, at second. If you can just poke a little base hit up the middle here, and if you're Colton Rudy, make it 7-1, you're feeling really good if you're the Red Ravens. You retired Rasmussen to end the 7th, and that's a base hit for Rudy on cue. Carson Miller sent around. He is safe. Rudy heads up base running. He's up to second. 7-1 Red Ravens. Colton Rudy delivers.
Now batting for the Red Ravens, number 14, Landon Midget.
And the Ravens have scored for 3 consecutive innings. Who's the first man to greet Carson Miller in the dugout? It's Cross Dowd, the man who's gotten the run support today. $7-1 Coffeyville here in the bottom of the 7th. 13 hits today for the Red Ravens, and they've held the Butler offense to just 4 hits so far. And that's another hit by pitch. Landon Midget has been hit for the 2nd time today. That is the 6th.
Ravens, number 31, Sean Moreno.
That is the 6th Red Raven to be hit by a pitch today. Midget's been hit twice. Cruz has been hit twice. Gillespie's been hit. And Rudy's been hit. 6 hit by pitches today. They have not drawn a walk, but they've been hit 6 times. First pitch, Moreno belts it. Left center field. It is down and off the wall. 1 run scores. They wave around Midget. Moreno into second with a double. It's 9-1 Coffeyville. And Moreno emphatically kicks the door open. 3rd hit of the day for Moreno. He's driven in 4.
Next up for the Red Ravens, shortstop, number 8, Nathan Cruz.
First pitch outside, and Moreno took off. That's a heck of an effort to try and tag him, but he's safe. Rasmussen, man, he's a player. I'll tell you what, he makes an impact just about every time he has the ball near him. So Sean Moreno with his 10th stolen base of the year. He's only been caught twice. He times them well. Swing and a miss, 1-1 on Cruz. McClure got Gillespie to strike out. He got Bacon to pop up, but a 2-out rally here for the Ravens. Base hit by Rudy and a 2-run double by Sean Moreno. 8 runs for the Ravens in the last 3 innings. Cruz up and in. He did not go. 2-1. Cruz has been hit twice. He's also singled. Sean Moreno try to steal home here, anybody? Cruz flied to right and should get out of play. Jaden Rose gives it a look. Sliding, not going to get there. You know, with the way this Butler defense has played today, I mean, it seems like anything could be diving caught. 2-2, 2 outs. Moreno, the runner at third. The pitch from McClure. Breaking ball, Cruz, grounded to Rasmussen. Play on to first, inning over. More damage done for the Red Ravens. Moreno has driven in 4. Colton Rudy with a big RBI knock. We go to the 8th, Ravens 9 and Butler 1. Ravens 6 outs away. 8th inning starts in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Zane Wilson, the new pitcher for the Red Ravens here in the 8th inning, and he's even 1-1 to Marion Saylor. Saylor floats that one right. Rudy has it lined up. He makes the catch. 1 down. Ravens lead at 9-1. Final line on Cross Dowd here today.
Now batting for Butler, number 5, Jackson Ellison.
As Jackson Ellison steps into the box. Might be the best start of Cross Dowd's career. 7 innings pitched with 4 hits allowed, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. So that is ball 1 to Ellison. And the numbers, when you read the numbers, they sound good. But some big, big strikeouts of Rasmussen to end 2 innings. Also seemed to get all the big outs that he needed to get. Cross Dowd was absolutely sensational today for the Red Ravens, and he's given them a great opportunity to take a 1-0 lead in this series. 2-0 to Ellison. On the outside edge, 2-1. Jackson Wagner, the projected starter for the Red Ravens tomorrow. Wagner, a 2.93 ERA this year. That's 3rd best in the Jayhawk Conference. That's 3-1 now on Ellison. Ellison's a dangerous hitter. Ellison should have 2 hits today. They've both been taken away by Eric Bacon. Dive on one, a slide on the other. Swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch from Wilson, full count. And you can see Jake Martin's not messing around here. He's up 9-1 here in the 8th. Wilson's been rock solid for the Ravens all year long, but he's got 2 guys up in the bullpen. If this thing gets interesting, Jake Martin's he knows they got to win this game. Full count pitch. That one muscled to left, and it's going to fall. Eric Bacon can't rob that one. It's a base hit for Ellison. 5th hit of the day for the Butler Grizzlies.
Now batting for Butler, number 25, Brett Romero.
Now Breck Romero. First pitch from Wilson. Down and away with a slider, ball 1. On the radio side tomorrow, we will be on US 98 versus Sunshine 98.9 because of the Royals game, so we'll be moving stations tomorrow. We will be back on Sunshine on Friday if there is a Game 3. So just a little public service announcement for those listening on the radio. We will have all 3 games streaming on the Red Raven Sports Network. One pitch. Wilson. Ground ball. Jarnigan fields it cleanly. On to second one. On to first. Double play. Everything coming up Ravens here in game 1. Let's go bottom 8. 9-1 Coffeyville. We're back in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Walter Johnson Park. Red Ravens lead at 9-1. Braden McClure back out there for Butler. Shane Neal here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens Sports Network. It'll be Pace, Jarnigan, Gillespie due up here in the 8th. Ravens have scored in each of the last 3 innings. 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. And Cross Dowd and Zane Wilson have absolutely slammed the door for the Butler offense. Great double play turn by the Red Raven defense. Jarnigan to Midget to Pace to end that 8th inning. Now the Ravens obviously looking to finish off what's been a very nice day in the batter's box and then get 3 more outs and play for a series victory tomorrow. A lot of these guys on the Red Raven baseball team graduating this weekend and punching your ticket to the final 8. That'd be a pretty fun week. 1-1 pitch, McClure, and that one fouled off by Pace. Pace has 2 RBIs today on a sacrifice fly and a fielder's choice where he hustled out a double play. That one 2-2, low and away. I don't know the Cowley and Johnson County and KCK lineups as well as maybe I should, but I would think that a guy like Wyatt Pace is probably one of the better 6-hole hitters in the Jayhawk Conference. This guy's towards the bottom of your lineup. This is a good hitter. A lot of other schools, this guy's probably hitting 3 or 4 in your lineup. That one grounded hard and right at Rasmussen, who makes the play, 1 down. Nice pick on the other end there by the first baseman, Lowe.
Now batting for Coffeyville, third baseman, number 28, Cooper Jarnigan.
Cooper Jarnigan now batting for the Ravens. What a day Jarnigan's had. 2-run single in the 5th. That got the Ravens the 4-1 lead. And now here's the first pitch to Jarnigan. Strike. Oh, they say he missed. I jumped the gun there. That looked like it was right over the heart of the plate. One-0 pitch. That one is a strike. Again, if you're just now joining us, game 2 of this series tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock. First pitch again, Jackson Wagoner. He's projected to start for the Red Ravens. We are assuming Whit Rhodes will be the starter for the Butler Grizzlies. That's kind of what we're game planning for. And The Ravens can get 3 more outs with this 9-1 lead. The Ravens would be playing for a win and move on. Butler would be playing to try and force a Game 3 on Friday. And the Ravens know from years past, they forced a Game 3 in Dodge City. They forced Game 3s each of the last couple years. That you win Game 1, this thing's not over. You got to go out and do it again. And I'm sure Coach Martin and this team excited to have a guy like Jackson Wagner on the mound to try and do so. Jarnigan swings and misses. Strikeout for McClure, 2 down.
Now batting for Coffeyville, catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie.
Ethan Gillespie, he struck out, grounded into a fielder's choice, grounded out to short, and been hit by a pitch. And heck of a catch there by Ellison. Snow cone that thing. It's hard for a catcher to snow cone one with that thick glove, but he pulled it off. 1-0 from McClure. McClure trying to get through 2 innings and maybe save the Butler bullpen for Game 2. Rasmussen on to first in time. Ravens go down in order here in the 8th. It's the first 0 the Butlers put up since the 4th inning. Ravens are 3 outs away from a convincing Game 1 win. They lead at 9-1. 9th inning starts in 90 seconds on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Raven Sports Network. Ninth inning, Ravens lead at 9-1. Zane Wilson looking to pitch a second inning out of the bullpen and give the Ravens a Game 1 win here in this playoff series. Wilson facing Caleb Nye to start the ninth. That one upstairs, 2-0. Not much action in the Raven bullpen, but again, you got some guys up and moving around where if 2 or 3 guys get on, Jake Morton's not going to be afraid to make a move. It's 3-0 now on Nye. It'll be Nye, Lowe, and Todd due up here for Butler. Here's the 3-1 from Wilson. And now the count worked back to full. Wilson trying to battle his way back from a 3-0 deficit. And popped up. Cruz, he's the one who takes charge. And he's got it. Ravens 2 outs away. Pinch hitter coming up here for Butler. This is number 16 for the Grizzlies.
For Butler, number 16, Brant Beebe.
Brant Beebe, who's hitting .282, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. He takes a strike on the outside corner. So he's pinch hitting for Lowe, I should say. I don't know. That one line to center. Bacon started in, now drifting back. He should have it, and he does. 2 down. Has Bacon, and I say this knowing this could be the ultimate announcer's jinx, has Eric Bacon made a mistake in center field in 2 seasons?
Now batting number 1, Brady Todd.
Ball 1 to Todd. Butler down to their final out here in game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. Inside, 2-0. Cross Dowd was absolutely sensational. Zane Wilson trying to get through the last 6 outs, and you can save Caleb Peak, you can save Hayden Arterburn. Both for game 2. You have Jackson Wagner, bunt, pulled back, strike 1. Raven bats played well today. The Raven defense played very well today. If you're Jake Martin in that dugout, you're feeling pretty dang good about how game 1 went here today. That one skied, should be playable. Colton Rudy coming in. The first home playoff game in 9 years at Walter Johnson Park. And the Red Ravens get it done, 9-1. They will play for a series victory tomorrow. Ravens 9, Butler 1. We'll put a bow on this one. We're back in 2 minutes here on Sunshine 98.9 and the Red Ravens Sports Network. We didn't have an error, right? They had 1. Dirk Andrews, one final farewell. Hey, hit us with a Go Ravens. That's your signature.
Go Ravens!
There it is. The voice of Nellis Hall, the best in the business right there. Dirk Andrews. Ravens win at 9-1. Let's quickly go over this one. Butler struck first. Both teams scored a run in the top of the first inning. It was Cooper Rasmussen drawing a walk. He was driven in by Breck Romero in that first inning, but the Ravens would bounce back. A single by Colton Rudy, hit batter by Landon Midget, and then an RBI single for Sean Moreno. This game was tied after 1. Both pitchers in Shane Holman and Cross Dowd settled in. We did not have any more offense until the bottom of the 5th inning when the Ravens broke through in a big way. A single for Midget. Moreno reached on a fielder's choice. Cruz was hit by a pitch. Wyatt Pace with a sacrifice fly. That gave the Ravens a 2-1 lead. Cooper Jarnigan had a 2-run single. That made it 4-1. In the 6th inning, Rudy was hit by a pitch, and then Landon Midget with a single, and then an RBI double by Moreno, and a fielder's choice by Pace. That made it 6-1 going to the 7th. In the 7th inning, the Ravens got more offense after a double by Carson Miller, RBI single from Colton Rudy, and a 2-run double from Sean Moreno. That's how the Ravens scored 9 on 13 hits. No errors today for the Raven defense. Butler finishes with 1 run on 5 hits with 1 air. Final line for the Butler starter, Shane Holman. He goes 5 innings, gives up 8 hits, 4 runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He hit 3 batters. In relief, Carson Clark pitched an inning, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, and Braden McClure pitched 2 innings. He gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, struck out 2. For the Red Ravens today, Cross Dowd, maybe the best game of his career. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts for Dowd. He was relieved by Zane Wilson, who got the final 6 outs in this one. He went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Ravens 9, Butler 1 in this best-of-3 series. Round 1 goes to the Red Ravens. Ravens will try to win the series tomorrow. Butler will try to push us to a Game 3 on Friday. Again, our projected starters tomorrow, it'll be Jackson Wagoner for the Red Ravens, who is 3rd in the conference with a 2.93 ERA. He will go up against who we presume to be Whit Rhodes of the Butler Grizzlies. Thank you to Andrew Elrod, his entire team. Thank you to, of course, the Red Ravens for having us here at Walter Johnson Park. I couldn't call the game if they didn't let me up here, so I do appreciate them doing that. Bryce Saya, Jake Martin, all the people we have to thank there, Brad Weber. Big thanks, and then big thanks to Scott Maples back in the studio as well. Fun day to be a Raven fan. A 9-1 win over Butler. They'll try to claim the series tomorrow. That does it for us here at Walter Johnson Park. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon for game number 2 here on Sunshine 98.9, the Red Raven Sports Network. Have a great rest of your day.